Hello, and welcome to Tutor Talk. Creating, imagining, and innovating is the habit of mind to be presented in this lecture. This habit of mind is the fundamental attribute of knowledge and information. People live in a very complex world where the acquisition and creation of knowledge is ever-changing, especially with the advent of technology and the internet. Therefore, information is more readily accessible. New information is always increasing and changing, because civilization is not stagnant. People get an education to further equate, analyze, and innovate new ideas. Education is all about free thought. You can actually see it happening. Technology makes life easier and more efficient. In the past, technology wasn't as readily used, but people kept innovating the world of education. Now we have online courses, video conference lectures, and other ways of new learning. For the student, creating, imagining, and innovating involves being willing to try different approaches when learning something new, imagining new possibilities with learning, and seeing how learning changes the way people think about the wondrous events that transpire in this world. We've all heard the saying, think outside the box. Sometimes things aren't so cut and dry. Some obstacles may come at you that won't be conventionally answered. People need to keep finding new ways to approach learning and expand knowledge. This habit is all about progress. If one always stays in the comfort zone, such as refusing to lead a discussion, share their paper with the rest of the class, or experiment with different words, they will never be able to progress to newer and possibly better avenues. This habit correlates with the habit of mind taking responsible risks. Sometimes people need to be willing to risk thinking outside the box. Taking chances allows for new ways of thinking to occur. This is a good form of experimenting. For example, what if you were working for a company that needed new ways of getting customers? Something as simple as taking the initiative to suggest changing the 50-year-old logo to a new, sleeker design is an example of creating, innovating, and imagining. Trying new things is exactly what this habit is all about. So, how can this habit be utilized in the writing process? One way is through drafting a paper. When putting thoughts on a paper and organizing a rough draft, the individual needs to create, imagine, and innovate ways to explain main ideas. Think of the term create. C stands for combine. Can I combine ideas in a new way? R stands for reverse. Can I reverse some parts to make it sound better? E is for eliminate. Can I eliminate or remove unnecessary parts? A is for alternative, such as can I use an alternative method? T is for twist. Can I twist things around a bit? And E is for elaborate. Can I elaborate or add something? Other ways that you can utilize this habit of mind include looking at the big picture or looking at the details. You want to be able to explore possibilities and innovate new ways to answer questions. Stretch beyond what is comfortable. You want to express yourself. Respond to objects that appeal to you. Ultimately, you want to use all of your senses when acquiring this knowledge. You want to link new unique ideas with old ones, use different colors, use different shapes, create and visualize big, and sometimes just reverse those ideas. These simple exercises are good ways in drafting a paper and getting it ready. And even if you feel like you're not ready, you can always take it to one of the writing tutors at the Writing Center. It's all about receiving help. And so, through creating, imagining, and innovating, the student creates work that is an extension of oneself. Therefore, the learning process becomes relatable, and therefore that much stronger and wonderful. Knowledge is power, and the student needs to be in control. So go out there and create and imagine new ways to innovate the future.